Take a few moments to closely look at these 6 photos. What did you notice? Let me give you a hint. One of the 6 children has no healthy food to eat. This is meant to represent the 1 in 6 children in Canada who are now food insecure. So what is food insecurity? Food insecurity is when a child cannot get or eat enough healthy food. Food insecurity is currently a public health crisis in Canada. This video will help to provide more information about the topic of food insecurity in Canada. To begin, let's look at some facts. As you can see in this graph, in 2013, a total of 12.5% of households across the nation were food insecure. As you can see on this map, in 2013, Nunavut had the highest number of food insecure homes in Canada, with 45% of the households being food insecure. When these household numbers were broken down, it turns out that 1 million children across the nation were food insecure. So you may be wondering, why or how does food insecurity occur? Well, here are some factors that lead to this problem. To begin with, a lack of money to buy healthy food is the #1 factor related to food insecurity. High food prices also add to this problem, as well as high food delivery costs, mainly in remote and rural places. This typically drives up the price of food. Being able to access cheaper grocery stores is also a large issue. This factor is also related to the cost of transportation to and from the store for the buyer. Higher costs of living, like housing prices, is another factor related to food insecurity. So as you can see, there are a range of reasons that can lead to children becoming food insecure. So what do families do during short or long-term periods of food insecurity? One of the first places parents turn to in times of need is a food bank. In 2012, 38% of those helped by food banks were under the age of 18. 49% of households that were helped were 2-parent families, and 25% of households helped were single-parent families, once again showing the fact that a large proportion of Canada's children struggle with food insecurity. Over the years, food banks have seen a steady rise in the demand for their help. Unfortunately, in recent years, some food banks have not been able to keep up with the high demands. Although food banks help millions of people a year, they only provide a short-term solution that fails to fix the core problems of food insecurity that were previously mentioned. We will now examine the adverse health effects of food insecurity in children. Mental health problems like poor speech, motor, and memory skills can arise. These problems in particular can severely impact a child's future. These problems can cause difficulties in school and later on in life when obtaining a good job is important. Multiple physical health problems can occur like rickets. Through the past 20 years, researchers have noticed a re-emergence of rickets in Canada. Rickets causes multiple physical health issues, including but not limited to bowed legs, skeletal deformities, and abnormalities in heart muscles, all of which can be detrimental to the quality of life of a child and a future adult. This disease has been associated with a lack of sunlight and food insecurity. Mainly a lack of important nutrients like vitamin D and calcium are the culprits of this disease. Some regions of Canada, mainly northern regions, have rates that are 6 to 12 times higher than the national average. Overall within Canada, food insecurity costs the entire healthcare system over $3 billion a year. This is money that could be used to prevent the occurrence of food insecurity and the development of all the health consequences previously explained. Now that you've heard a brief overview of childhood food insecurity in Canada, you may be wondering, what can you do to help? First, you can educate yourself further on the issue by visiting some great websites. Foodbanksofcanada.ca or proof.utoronto.ca are great places to start. You can also help to put pressure on the government to act upon this public health crisis. This can be done through written letters and, more importantly, increasing the public's awareness of the problem. Let's help make food insecurity in Canada a thing of the past and help all children live happier, healthier, and fuller lives.
Created using Powtoon.